She screamed that she hates me, I screamed that I hate her.
I kicked you to get you off of me, your fault, not mine.
She's at times screamed that she wishes I was dead.
I win, you lose, end of.
Will somebody please do something about this child?
You ain't see me anymore because that fucking bitch over there just... My name's Michaela, but Mikki preferred. I'm 14 and I live in Edmonton, London. If something doesn't go how I want it, I'll just get, say, very annoyed and start on things that don't need to happen. I've broke windows before, but from anger, I've got into fights. I've had many different social workers and I started mucking up again and getting more angry and more fights and arguments and stuff. I don't really want to grow up and end up living in a cardboard box.
Mikki's anger is no laughing matter. It has nearly destroyed her relationship with her mum, and persistent truancy at school has nearly sent mum to prison. Dr. Rachel Andrew is a chartered clinical psychologist who specialises in helping teenagers with their anger. She will work with Mikki over the next 2 months.
I think the mistake we can all make is thinking that there's one catch-all answer to anger and that there's one solution for everyone. But you're not going to hear me go in and say, you know, count to 10 or take a deep breath, because it's just not as easy as that. If it was, wouldn't we all be less angry by now?
14-year-old Mikki lives in Edmonton, North London, and clearly sees herself as one of the lads. Mikki is meant to be homeschooling, but barely manages 20 minutes a day. The rest of her time she spends messing about on the estate, surfing the net, or tucked up in bed. Mikki lives in a council flat with her disabled mum. She only sees her dad occasionally. He lives on his own. Mikki's anger has been physical in the past, and she has been reported to the police for kicking mum in the stomach.
Hello, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Right, call me Jill. I shall introduce you to my wonderful doctor.
How are you this morning?
I'm not very good at the moment.
Hello.
Hello there. Let me shake your hand. Nice to meet you, Mikki.
You too.
So I'm Rachel, Dr. Rachel.
Please sit down.
Thank you. And how are you? I've just been asking your mum how she is, but how are you this morning?
All right, kind of tired.
Are you?
Kind of tired.
Yes.
Did you not get to bed till late?
I haven't actually been asleep yet.
Really? You've been up all night?
Well, I'm supposed to be self-educating her
Oh, right.
because we had about 18 months that she just refused to go to school.
Okay.
And I've had the education welfare and I've had social services and everybody I think of. But she now will not go to school. At the moment, I would say her life revolves around that computer.
And sleep.
And sleep, yeah.
Yes.
Right.
And food.
I don't do nothing. I'm pretty lazy.
And I don't think that's healthy.
Right.
Whereas she used to spend a lot of time out with her friends and she played football and she played basketball. Generally speaking, when she's not losing her temper or throwing things, she's great. But if I say, Mikki, I want you to go to bed at 11
Yeah.
and get up in the morning and we'll do some work. No.
Right. So is everything brilliant at the moment because you're not asking Mikki to do things she
I
doesn't wanna
tend
do?
not to, rightly or wrongly, I tend not to provoke her because I don't like the results when I do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I get angry all the time, very often, but when I do,
It's terrifying.
It's pretty bad.
Having met Mikki and her mum, I can see that there are major self-esteem issues here. Mikki's body image is a problem for her, and it's something she has difficulty talking about. Mikki appears not to care about what she does or how she affects other people, but I need to find out what is causing this and what we can do to make her care about herself and those around her.
Sounds like your family really changed. After when, do you think?
I reckon when my mum started getting more ill, I reckon things changed a bit more.
Right. Do you think, have you been able to talk to mum about that?
Not really, we don't talk about it much. It's basically talking about when my mum goes and I don't like it.
No.
So I don't really talk about it much. When my mum starts talking to me about the problems she has and why she went to hospital and stuff, I don't like it because it scares me.
Yeah, it is frightening. And I think anyone would be frightened by that.
Yeah. Me and my mum are just staying out of each other's way.
Right.
But I reckon if my mum brought up the things that she wanted to talk about and I brought up the things to her, I think that would bring arguments.
So maybe it's about about thinking of a way to be able to tell each other what's wrong
without causing an argument for it.
Dr. Rachel has joined Mikki and Mum to view a ground floor flat on the same estate. This could be a new start for them both. Mikki's mum has had systemic lupus since 1996, which means her immune system becomes overactive and starts to attack the body rather than protect it. This degenerative illness is a cloud which hangs over both their lives. In 2004, Mum had a blackout when driving, crashed and nearly died. She is slowly going blind and will soon be unable to climb stairs.
And it's near the hospital, which is important.
Mikki confides in Dr. Rachel about her hopes and fears for the future.
Tell me what you think about it.
When I lose my temper, that's when I completely change. People are quite surprised about what they hear about the things I do.
Right. Because you're just not like that most of the time.
I think I don't really lose my anger a lot. It's very rarely just, I don't know, it's little things. If I don't get my own way with something, say I really want something, I can't get it, that gets my nerves and then that will cause an argument.
When you're getting angry, it's just sort of taking control and you're kicking off big style rather than... so maybe it's just about toning it down.
I get too angry over little things.
Right. So we can work on that.
Sometimes I wonder if it's where I'm worried for my mum.
Do you think?
That I just get angry to basically hide what I truly feel, maybe. I'm not sure.
Do you think? Have you thought that though in the past?
Sometimes when I've just sat there, like after I've had an argument with my mum. I reckon I should get the biggest room. Yeah. I'm growing up. I deserve the biggest room.
The prospect of a new start lifts everyone's spirits. But back in the old flat, Mikki is having difficulty escaping from her past.
What Mikki was really clear about this morning was that her anger relates to her worries about Mum. She felt that the move would decrease her anxieties about Mum. She would feel that Mum was less reliant on her. And that will give us the opportunity then to help Mikki focus on herself and where she's going. Because she's out of school and her friends are following quite an antisocial path, it seems that she might be going down a path she's really not thought about and she might not want to.
Mikki has an erratic sleep pattern and often stays up into the small hours on the computer, on chat rooms and surfing the net. Overeating and lack of exercise has left Mikki feeling tired all the time. She rarely has the motivation to wash and Mum is finding it increasingly difficult to cope.
Mikki, it's 1 o'clock, are you getting up? It's ridiculous. She's having everything her own way at the moment. I can't do anything with her. She's just putting her foot down with an extremely firm hand and she won't do anything she doesn't want to do. Mikki, it's 2 o'clock, you're going to get up. At the moment, she's extremely aggressive, extremely confrontational, won't do anything I ask her to do, won't wash. She actually smells now, which is quite unpleasant. I think if I try and film her, she will actually threaten to smash your camera.
You won't see me anymore because that fucking bitch over there just...
Mum's worst fears were fulfilled, but later when things had calmed down, Dr. Rachel was able to help mother and daughter discuss honestly for the first time their violent history.
And then we had the occasion when
when I kicked you.
Yeah, and she kicked me in the stomach and then Terry phoned the police.
If you didn't hold me down, there wouldn't have been the problem. So, your fault.
She screamed that she hates me, I screamed that I hate her. She's at times screamed that she wishes I was dead.
I kicked you to get you off of me. Your fault, not mine.
Yeah. I must admit, in the past, I've hit her a good few times.
You punched me in the face a few times.
Did I?
Yes.
Didn't do any damage, did I?
You haven't got the forces other parents have over their children.
Well, no, because unfortunately I'm a single parent. Unfortunately, Dad's not interested.
Good.
I just have nightmares about her being unemployable.
One thing that really shocked me that I didn't know about was that in the past, Mum's been physically violent to Mikki. That explains a lot in terms of Mikki's physical violence back towards Mum, because I think in Mikki's mind it's like, well, Mum's crossed the line, so I can be violent back to her.
Hello, it's Wednesday morning. I'm supposed to be taking Mikki to the orthodontist this morning, but she will not get up and she's been abusive and threatening. This was her last chance to go to the orthodontist, so I phoned them up and cancelled it. I am so fed up with Mikki. Will somebody please do something about this child?
It's week 2, and it is apparent that much of Mikki's anger is related to fears about her mother's illness. What Dr. Rachel needs to do is to help Mikki understand this for herself.
The idea behind it is that when people get angry, there's usually stuff underneath it. Okay, if you don't want to answer any of them, you can tell me. So the first one is, I work hard.
1.
So that's sometimes.
Yeah.
I break things when I'm mad.
2.
I think at times Mikki did seem distracted and just wanting to get through the questions, which is often the case with young people.
I like myself.
0.
I feel I'm a bad person.
2.
She was mainly saying 1s and 2s, which suggests that her difficulties right now are manageable with a little bit more help.
People make me mad.
2.
I hate people.
Dr. Rachel discovers how difficult Mikki finds it to concentrate, and the pressure of the move to a new house is making it more difficult than ever.
Are they all in the bag?
Yeah.
Everything?
Yeah.
Oh, you're extra. Really, really, really. So why is my bottoms in there and then my stuff in here?
I don't know.
Mum, you put your clothes in my bag.
No.
Yes. Oh, God. You annoy me sometimes.
I annoy you most of the time.
Yes, whatever. Stress.
Yes.
Yes.
I know that stress.
Earlier on, me and my mum got into quite a big argument, and it wasn't a little one because I do remember actually threatening her at some point, which I do regret a lot at this point. It got pretty serious, but in the end I locked myself in my room. So basically got away. I think that was a good thing, but I've done it a bit too late, I reckon.
The following day, Dr. Rachel gets another insight into the cycle of violence between Mikki and her mum.
What's it like to hear Mum say that she's frightened of you and intimidated by the way you are?
I don't think she is.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yes, but
I think you're over-exaggerating.
when you were reported to the police,
For what?
kicking me in the stomach.
Yeah, but I only kicked you in the stomach because you wouldn't let me go. Your fault. End of.
It's upsetting because there is no way on earth I would ever hit my mother. I don't know, I think it's just the way you brought up, I support you've written.
Yeah, so I still respect you, but you shouldn't have pinned me down. It's your fault. End of. I don't care. If you didn't pin me down, I wouldn't have kicked you.
Well, she doesn't really want to talk about it, does she?
No.
So,
No.
and I can understand that, but not talking about things doesn't make them get better.
No, exactly.
Mikki's now 14, and probably by the time she's 20, she's going to be gone.
You think?
I think.
Do you think, Mikki?
No, I've decided that I'm going to live with you forever because then when you unfortunately go, I'll have the house.
Mikki's remarks may appear flippant, but they are her way of avoiding the reality of the situation. It's a form of emotional protection. Mikki feels herself trapped in the role of carer, and this is difficult for such a young person and causes much of her frustration and anger. But the family are moving to a new flat, and I'm convinced that this will provide a real opportunity for Mikki to change her behaviour.
It's the end of week 3, and Dr. Rachel persuades Mikki to visualise those aspects of her life she wants to change by leaving negative feelings behind in the old house.
I think the house move is going to be so important for you.
Yeah.
I want us to think about almost like an old life here that you live in, and you've got a new life in the new flat,
Okay.
and what each of them is going to look like. What is there about the old house and this life here that you want to leave behind?
I don't know, basically just a fresh start instead of like, in this house I got into a lot of trouble because of the people I hung around with.
Right.
So maybe try and get out of that and try and just a new start really.
I was thinking about the rest of your family
Yeah.
here. Is there anything, you're not going to leave them behind, obviously, because the
If I could, I'd leave my dad behind. He's going to watch this, but really, if I could.
Would you?
Yeah, I don't like my dad. He comes in every Sunday, comes upstairs, hello, brat.
Why does he call you that?
He's always called me.
Right. So do you think he means it?
I don't know.
Are there bits about Mum that you would want to leave, that you hope she leaves in this house?
I don't know. Nothing really.
No.
She could leave her health behind, that'd be quite cool.
I know. I know.
But really, she is, I suppose. We're getting into a place with no stairs, so that's more help from Mum.
Ah, that's a good thing. You're saying a lot of your anger as well is about worry. What bits of the anger do you want to leave behind here?
Not getting my own way. Everybody gets angry at some point. It's a known fact, but they have reasons. I get angry when not getting my own way. It's not right, really. Really, what I think is I should get myself some type of little job to pay for my own sort of money, so I don't have to keep on asking Mum for money.
Yeah.
And then she wouldn't have so much trouble with money. There wouldn't be so much stress, less arguments. It works out pretty well.
Yeah.
And then I have to work.
Yeah. Could you work?
I don't know. It depends what I have to do. I'm not into the whole making much movement.
No. Are we leaving lazy Mikki behind?
Probably.
Yeah? Right, lazy on there. That's really positive, Mikki, because this is like you're not just looking to everyone else, but you're actually looking at what you can do differently as well.
Yeah. Recently, really since the filming,
Right.
everything's been looking up a bit more.
Really?
Yeah.
So what have you noticed that's changed already?
Less arguments. We haven't actually properly argued, just little snaps at each other, but that's normal.
That's incredible, yeah. That's incredible that things have come down
Just-
so much. Are you happy with the way things are?
I'm
Snapping?
happier than we were. I reckon it can still be better. I reckon we'll do it.
Right.
But I think everything's much better than it was.
It was a real surprise that she told me as much as she did. It's all really positive because the more Mikki can identify her own goals and things can come from her, the more likely she's going to be to succeed at them.
Whilst Mikki is beginning to control her anger, her self-image is still a problem. Mikki's weight started to balloon when Mum was injured in a car crash. But there was a time when Mikki was fit and she is still surprisingly agile.
8, 9, 10, 11.
Impressed, Dr. Rachel sees a way of turning Mikki's love of all things sporty to good advantage.
I've got quite a bit of sports stuff.
Yeah.
I play football and basketball almost every day with people.
Do you? So you're still into your football? What if we could set up like a meeting between you and, say, the England ladies?
That'd be
Would
cool.
you go for that?
I like football. Football's one thing that I do without any hesitation. I like football.
So looking through the certificates, she's got a real skill around football, but unfortunately she doesn't exercise that frequently anymore and perhaps her fitness isn't up to standard, but that it's something that she's really excited about trying to channel and trying to focus on.
It's the end of the first month with Dr. Rachel. She needs to get Mikki into a healthy regime, but a plateful of sausages is not what the doctor ordered.
Food.
Mikki will need to show a real commitment if she is to develop a future outside the confines of her life with Mum. It's time for a visit to the local gym.
Basically, I hear you're a big football fan.
Mikki.
I am.
I'm going to push you, that's what I'm here for. And I expect that there's going to be days where you're going to hate my guts. But when you get to that football event, okay, you're going to love me. Shoulders, okay, brilliant. Less than halfway, okay?
This motivational session will get Mikki to address issues around her body image and
And
self-confidence.
then slowly down, okay? So it's that muscle there. Brilliant. 2 more. Okay?
I'm done.
Yep, well done.
Esther.
How much do you really want it on a scale of 1 to 10? Be honest.
A lot.
When you want things, they don't come easy, do they? You know you've got to do work to get your place. And it's down to you.
When I first saw the footage of Mikki and heard about her difficulties, what she seems to be like is very withdrawn, not sleeping, having lots of arguments with Mum, and not really even leaving the house. I think if I look at her today, she's smiling, she's happy, chatting much, much more. I've begun to see real signs of change and real signs of hope for the future.
So I made something for you to help you along the way. Can you hold that side for me? If you really want to get up each morning and do some training, each time you do that, so say it's 10 sit-ups or something, and each time you do those 10 sit-ups, Mum notices and puts one of these stickers in the crowd, like one of the faces in the crowd. It's a lot of sit-ups.
It's a lot of sit-ups.
I've got another surprise for you. It's a little token from us as well, Because after seeing the many other small certificates that you've had in your life, I think I just thought it would be great for you to have a certificate from this programme.
Shall we see how it goes today? Because today we're going to meet the England ladies football team.
8 weeks on, and Dr. Rachel has arranged for Mikki to meet with the England ladies team, a group of young women who demonstrate what can be achieved from hard work and commitment.
Nice to meet you. Can I introduce Mikki to you? Hiya, nice to meet you.
You alright? Basically, the main question out of all, I just wanted to ask how hard you had to work to actually get where you are today.
It involves a lot of training, a lot of hard work.
There's days where you're running, you're thinking, why am I doing this to myself, literally.
Yeah.
Everything in life that you want, you've got to kind of...
You have to work for everything. Nothing comes for free.
It's not going to land on a plate for you.
No.
If you say that you're not fit, you've got to push through those pain barriers.
Yeah.
And what would your advice be, really, to Mikki?
It's hard to keep your temper and your anger when people are constantly kicking at you and chatting in your ears, you know, saying nasty stuff. I'm quite a hot-headed character myself, so I've learned how to deal with that in those situations too.
This is what I want to do. I want to try and play football internationally and try and make it into a career. So being with England ladies today is just, it's good for me. I like it.
I think lots of Mikki's anger has been about her frustrations about where her life is going. So today's been about not only where she wants to go, but beginning to see small steps on the road to having a successful life.
Talking to Dr. Rachel has stopped the argument so much between me and my mum, and it's helped me control things, helped my mum control things, and now I think things are actually getting better. So she's done a lot to help me.
Mikki gets the chance for a rare training session with the players.
You mustn't go in until she's looked at.
Yes, bud. Again.
Mikki has been invited into the team line-up shots. Today has been an ambition achieved.
Now I think I can actually do something with my life instead of anger becoming a problem. Thanks, Dr. Rachel, for all the help that you've done for me. It helped me control my anger and sort things out between me and my mum.
We are getting on so well, and she comes in and makes me cups of tea and cooks.
Hi, I'm coming out.
Aww.
Bye, Mummy. Bye.
Aww.
That was scary.
Oh, that was lovely, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, but it's not the norm, I have to say.
No. But a nice little exception to the rule.
It does say it's scary.
So why do you think you've been getting on so much better?
When I was really miserable and really depressed, she'd come in and said, "Mum, you look ill, I'm going to cook for you." And she just said to me, "This is a new start, Mum."
Oh.
Top Premiership club Charlton Athletic is the venue for a major international match between England and Holland. And what a change. Mikki and her mum, who 3 months ago were trapped in a cycle of violence, are now spending some quality time together. All of the young people featured in this series continue to receive help and support from Dr. Rachel.